Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, Civil War, Grump Gaming. This episode 48 of our view only Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. So first things first, I do apologize for there being no video last week. I think unsurprisingly to a lot of people who've been viewing this campaign regularly, I'm really got fed up with a lot of the glitches at the last episode I put out. So I did take a week off from this game just to get the frustration out of my system before I came back to it. So I do apologize for the delay on the next step on this episode. But last episode, we did have a lot going on. We only made it to April 7th. We started the episode on April 1st. We have only made it to April 7th, and we had 4 major, semi-major engagements happen during last episode. There was a lot going on. So we did have another battle at Richmond with the grunts. We had a battle at Fredericksburg, which was also with the was that the grunts or the engineers? I think that was the grunts. Another battle at Carrollton. So Army Tennessee is not going to move in anytime soon. And another battle at Loudon Bridge at Kingston, where the Army Mississippi, I believe, is still glitched out. So a lot of things to cover on. So over here in Virginia, we still have this pocket of rebel armies up here we do need to clear out. The Army East is not going to be doing anything anytime soon. They do have confident morale, but their readiness is down in the red. So they can't even advance, because this is rebel-controlled territory. They cannot advance into it, so they're not going to be of much help to us right now. Grunts are still yellow readiness, but as you can see, their numbers for this corps are very, very pared down. They have an active contingent of 10,700 men of 12,605 assigned to it. So this is a very, very pared down brigade. I did have to send the Scion Rifles home. I didn't realize they were going to be gone for 101 days when I did that. But they're going to be coming back with more men than they did have. I don't know if they'll be back before their campaign's even finished. And the Swimu Brigade will be back in 15 more days. So we're probably going to hold them in place until that brigade is back in position. The Engineer Corps is just outside of Norfolk. They are building a depot, which will be ready in one more day. So hopefully we can sneak in and grab Norfolk without engaging the garrison here. I did put the supply depot here in case we do have to engage the garrison. The Monitor Squadron doesn't show it right now up here, is actively bombarding Fort Norfolk. So they may or may not be able to take it. They've been working on their amphibious landings this entire time, and they started at 0, and they're really gauged up quite a bit. So maybe they can take an amphibious landing, maybe not. We're also going to be plussing up the Engineer Corps. It's just the 2 brigades of infantry right now. You have the 1st Connecticut Engineers and the GAR. I did ask for names for this brigade. I got one name that I really don't want to use. Nothing against it, Josh. I just, hoping for something a little better than what you proposed. So once again, the GAR Brigade, which is from Connecticut, does need a name. So I'm looking for something reasonable that has to do with Connecticut to be the name of the brigade. I just don't want to give it a number and leave it at that. So if somebody wants to name that brigade, first come, first serve. Josh, I'm sorry, I just don't want to call it the Eastern New York Brigade. I think I do have a few people from Connecticut who watch this show, and I don't want to completely alienate them. All right, moving on from Virginia. Like I said, we're still down here at Kingston. The Army of Mississippi had glitched out here on the river. They weren't able to climb out of it for some reason. They've just been stuck here. But their readiness is way down. Their supplies are still somewhat good, but the readiness is down, so I do have them building a supply depot, which will be ready in 7 more days. So once their readiness is back up, I'm going to try and move them again. Because they were fully green, and in less than a month, they went down into the orange, trying to get out of their position here where they're stuck. So I need to try and get them back up again before I try to make another move with them. The rebel armies in Indiana and Kentucky still have not moved. They've just kind of sitting there. Eccles Corps got 10,000 men and 30 guns. They are a force to reckon with. That's an army command. Oh, and they stripped Smith of his men. He's down to 2,000 men, apparently, by my intelligence. So we might see that corps just disappear entirely. The Army of Tennessee is still at Carrollton, and they have now received the last of their 2 reinforcing brigades. But they are stuck here for the time being as they are orange readiness. I do want to advance, now that they have the 2 more brigades, I do want to advance them against this huge knot of rebel forces here and try to get us down to Fort Smith. Or once again, try to maneuver down into Little Rock and come at Fort Smith from the southeast, which is my original plan. But every time Carrollton comes under, Carrollton is a major city, bigger than Little Rock, it's bigger than Fort Smith. I do need to hang on to Carrollton. The Independent Cavalry Corps is still at Shreveport, and their readiness is actually coming up a lot faster than I thought it would. They're just about to cross in yellow readiness, and originally it was going to take them like good 2-3 months to get back to readiness, but it looks like they should be good to go before this month is even over. But as soon as they hit that green, because they're still unstable on their morale, but as soon as they hit green, they're moving on Dallas. When I moved them late winter up here to Shreveport, the weather was a lot worse than I anticipated, so it took them forever to get up here, killed their morale, and killed their readiness. So they've just been stuck their spinning wheels, but the readiness is coming up faster than I had anticipated, which is a good thing. And then we have our other glitch down here at Augusta, which we kept flipping to our control. And as soon as we left the city, we'd go back into rebel control. So that is completely glitched out up here. So the Army of Ohio is slowly making its way to Savannah. They lost a lot of their readiness because I kept backtracking them to Augusta. I think I backtracked them 3 times to try and take control of that city. And the game just kept giving it back to the rebels. So we're now on our way to Savannah. And hopefully we could take that city without actually engaging the fort. So I'm hoping to get close enough to the outskirts of the city to flip to our control, get a supply depot built, and then move them up onto Charleston. And we may come back onto Augusta after that once we have surrounding control of the area. How are we doing strategy-wise? We do have their national morale down to 45. It was a little lower last episode, or a couple episodes ago, but we're going to try and drag that back down again, because they did get it back up by retaking Knoxville from us. So we need to do a few moves. I wish I had a force available, because there's nothing here right now. I wish I had a force available to operate in Alabama. You know what? We just might. I may end up moving the engineers there. Because once they take Norfolk, there's nothing blocking them from heading south. Well, we'll see what happens. So I think this intro recap has gone on long enough. So I'll be back with the next incident. All right, it's now April 11th. Not much has happened on the map, but the 1st Tennessee is now fully stood up with 2,800 men. So they are now being transferred down to the Engineer Corps. We're going to start building up this division for them. Under Fremont's direct command. I do have to pick a division commander for that force. 1st Cannons and Blacks is still 19 days away from forming up. I do have 2 generic brigades forming. They are not going to be combat units. I have 1 from New York and 1 from Maine. They are being sent down to the grunts to backfill the existing brigades, because one of those brigades is down to under 700 men. So they're going to suck up most of these brigades are going to disappear into the ranks of those units, and you're not even going to notice a numbers difference, really. But let's see who's up for a division command. Keene looks like he's up. He's got 12 stars. I'm sure there's commanders that have more than him. $13 for Gamble. And Keene's out of the running. $13 for Jennison, commander to Science. This engineer coordinator guy's going to be ready for anything. When did Rains get defamed? Huh. Sickles is at 13. You already know which way I'm leaning. I like to see Sickles in command of a division. Wool's at 13. Carter's at 13. A lot of the officers are at 13. Wood's at 13. No one's over 13 yet. I wouldn't expect anybody from... Walsh is almost there. Curtis is at 13. Wow. Okay, I think this is going to take a little longer than I expected it to. Should have cut out of this. We're so far in already. And Grant's not even running. Even though he has 14. But he'd be a division commander getting replaced, so it doesn't matter. All right, crap. It's time to take a look at dates of rank. So it was Gamble. Keen's out. Gamble. What is your date of rank? Long battle history. Okay, here's all the battles. Where's your promotion to Brigadier? April 6th, 62. Jennison. November 23rd of 62. So that takes Gamble out of the running. Next up is Sickles. July 3rd of 61. He's probably going to be it. And then Wool. Never mind. He started the game as a brigadier. So, yeah, July 1st of 1841. I think he gets this. He's going to get the job by default. Yeah, I think this shows the process I go through very well of trying to pick promotions. So, goes by command abilities, then it goes by data rank, and I don't think anybody's going to beat Wool on the brigadier general's position. So, all right, your unit. The Yorkshires are getting a new commander. Let's go by seniority. And because McClellan's still in charge of the armies, it's going to be a professional, so Delafield's taking charge of that brigade. Yep, Bull automatically got put in charge there. There we go. So Tennessee will be there in 13 days. All right, nothing much else is happening on the map, so I'll be back. All right, it's now April 24th, and I do have, let me pause this real fast. I do have some things running. So the Grunts and the Army East are both in the yellow, and it looks like the rebels have moved away. We're completely disbanded all the corps that were in the Virginia front, and only left behind Withers with 6,500 men, and the Army Peninsula with 6,000 men. So I ordered the Army East, was just barely in yellow readiness because I don't know why Meade takes forever to get his readiness up to begin pushing and to finish closing off this Virginia pocket. So if these corps are gone and we can shove these two corps out, we have a massive opportunity because I see no rebel corps in the region except for in the Appalachia Valley. The Carolinas are open to us. So the faster we get rid of these corps, the faster we can push our spring offensive to its natural conclusion. Over here at Fort Norfolk, the Monitor Squadron did lose one of its 3 ships to an ammunition explosion. I did pull them away from bombardment and replace them with the Engineer Corps, who's currently besieging Fort Norfolk. And I have begun a siege of Fort Pulaski outside of Savannah because I moved the Army of the Ohio into Savannah proper, and the city still wasn't flipping over to us, so I ordered the Army of the Ohio to besiege and initiate an assault on the fort. There's only 176 men in there. We came in with close to 17,000. The fort should have fallen in one day to us, basically, but it's still standing somehow. Don't know what's going on there. I really don't. It's like that siege should have been finished in a day, given the numbers. Army Tennessee is still sitting steady. We have all these rebel corps here. I mean, there's a lot of rebel corps there, so as long as it's sitting still, we're going to sit still here. I'm not going to be moving the Army of the East Army Tennessee anytime soon. We finally do have the Independent Cavalry Corps on the move again, and they are almost to Dallas. They should be there in a day or two. I think that's it for now, outside of the Army of Mississippi, which is still recovering its ratings. They're getting back into the yellow. They do have their supply depot built, and they are now full up on supplies. We just need the readiness to get... you know what? Let's see if we can't get them out of that river. They got the supply depot there, so it's going to help keep their readiness up. Let's hit play and see if we get any of these engagements. Are one of you boys going to fight us? Where the hell are you going? And of course, on the day I start my offensive, a massive rainstorm comes through. Come on. That just slowed everybody down. There we go. Looks like the Grunts get their engagement first, so it's already nearing towards the end of the day. We're bringing 11,867 infantry, 591 cavalry, and 35 guns here. 4,864 infantry, 1,800 cavalry, and 0 guns. I don't think they're going to stand and fight us. If we don't... I have a feeling if we don't engage them before nightfall, they will withdraw. So let's jump into this. Welcome, my grunts, to once again another battle at Richmond. Shit, it's a rainstorm. It's 47 degrees. Rebels are defending back at Shady Grove Church, and we were starting all the way back down here by the Cold Harbor air region. I have a feeling if we do not engage them before nightfall, they're going to withdraw on us. So I'm going to get the cavalry up there as quickly as possible, even though it's just the one brigade for right now. The other one's still away for a very, very long time. But I'm going to get my guys up there as quickly as possible. No saying on when they're going to arrive, but I'm going to try and do it as quick as possible. Actually, let's get these guys started in road march formation. Artillery's definitely going to be moving last, especially on rainy roads. They are not going to be moving quickly at all. Now get these boys on the move, and hopefully we're going to have ourselves an engagement. All right, it's now a little after 1700. We do have the right flank of the rebel line spot. Looks to be the 1st Alabama Cavalry. And I do have the Nugget Squad moving forward. I'm hoping they'll draw out. Oh, they're actually dismounting. I don't even have enough men in the Nugget Squad to actually send out vedettes. There's Gladden's Brigade of 1,900 men, so I really don't want to approach too much closer. I have 590 men in this brigade. We can easily take on the 1st Alabama, even though they have 1,000 men. That's a full-strength cavalry brigade. We definitely will have them out-armed more than likely. Taking on Gladden's brigade also would not be good. And they just went to ground on us. My infantry's at least an hour away, and I do believe sunsets at 1800. So, when I come back, it's either going to be with an end of overnight withdrawal from the rebels, or we go into a day 2 action. I'm hoping for the day 2 action. All right, it's now 0700 of day 2. I really thought the rebels were going to make a withdrawal overnight. Apparently, they did not. We don't know what their lines look like right now. They could still be on this facing that they're on right now. I'm not too sure. But as you can see here, I have 2 of my divisions set up in assault column and 1 division set up in line of battle. So I'm going to be assaulting. If they're still positioned like this once I hit play, I'm going to be assaulting with the Whiskey Viking Division supported by the Reaper Division. The Irish Division is going to come up along the road here and just set up along the path of retreat. And I have all the batteries lined up right here to fire down on line. Don't plan on using the cavalry for much. As I said, they're very under strength right now, so they're really not too useful to me. So let's see if the rebels are still there. Nope, they have definitely shifted their lines back behind Shady Grove. They have definitely shifted their lines. Just so that quick glimpse of them back here. And we're going to move our divisions forward, see where they are at. I'm not sure where their right flank is resting, but we might be able to still get the Irish on the road here, which actually might be better. We might be able to start a flank attack with the Irish division instead. I'll come back in once we figure out where the rebels are. All right, it's now 8 a.m. We do have the rebel lines sided once again. They really do not have much in the way of troops. We're looking at about 5 brigades. And the Irish are now on their flank, so I'm going to be kicking this off with the Irish Brigade going after the 1st Alabama. And we're probably going to continue the whole attack with the Irish. I'm just sending in the Irish Brigade first since they're directly on line. I get everybody else lined up behind them for a rolling attack. So here, the Artie Party's firing at probably the detachments over here. That's the only thing they could see. I did move the rest of my artillery up. I don't think they're going to get siding on much else. The rebels are back in the woods pretty good. Kind of leaving the Whiskey Vikings in place for now. And I move the grunts further out onto the right. Once they're in position, I'll have them start going after the right flank brigades. I didn't even check to see how many men we lost in overnight attrition. 86 men in overnight attrition. They lost 0. Are you kidding me? I want you boys to push closer so the next brigade can fire over the top of you while advancing. They kind of stopped where the Riley's brigade's going to be going. And I do have the cavalry going out. I'm going to try and get them behind the rebel. Oh, looks like they're moving to engage us, possibly. I was going to try and get them to ride out and around over to this farmhouse here, but that may not be a thing now. Change of orders. You guys are going to come like right here and get in loose orders. It looks like they're trying to move that direction. Rebels are trying to turn this into a running fight, it looks like. Come on, you're right there. Give them their orders. There they go. See, Riley's got the sharks. I should have moved them to third. They left their cavalry out on the flank unsupported. 35th, move up. They're coming our way. Give you boys halt orders. I'm going to stay behind, laying down infantry, and I'm doing a shift. Whiskey worshippers over here. Oh, those boys are running. I think he's trying to make a move on the exits. Irish, stand up. We can't see these boys. Let's go find them. Their troops are on the move, and we gotta hunt them down. Corcoran, what the hell are you doing back there? The hell are you boys doing? Let's go. Go, boys, get in here. Should have been across that road already. They are retreating already, even though we haven't broken them, but they know this is not a fight they can win. Come on, 35th, get in there. In a perfect position to get right behind you. Only been a little bit faster. Officially, it's a major victory. Doesn't feel like it, though. Yeah, we not got enough time to get in at these boys. The 35th had been faster. I think we probably could have forced a surrender or two. And really made this a major victory. That's all she wrote. All right, we took down 1,000 of their 4,900 infantry, 450 or 1,800 cavalry. Had no guns on the field. Total loss of 1,500 of our 6,500 men. Of their 6,500 men. We lost 271 of our 11,864 infantry, 6 of our 590 cavalry, 1 of our 34 guns. That's definitely due to attrition overnight, because they had no artillery firing at ours. Total loss of 284 of our 12,954 men. All right, time for the combat reports. Engineers did not fight. Reaper Division, just the 35th Infantry got some shots in. They got 18 men. All casualties look to be overnight attrition. Irish Division. Irish Brigade did 353 to infantry, 103 to cavalry, total 456. Whiskey Worshippers did 141 to infantry. And Riley's Irish did 317 to infantry, 154 cavalry, for a total of 471. Losses. Irish Brigade, 23 dead, 126 wounded, 17 missing, total 166. Average strength of 846, 16% casualties. Whiskey Worshippers, 0 killed, 8 wounded, 1 missing, total of 9. Average strength 1,237, 1% casualties. Riley's Irish, 4 dead, 18 wounded, 9 missing, total 31. Average strength of 1,307, 2% casualties. Whiskey Vikings, only the 20th New York got some shots in. They did 48. Losses, once again, it's just all overnight attrition. Gotcha Guard, Nugget Squad did 172 to cavalry. I don't think they lost. 2 men wounded. And 4 men missing overnight. Saying 1 man missing overnight for the Artie Party. Artie Party did no damage. They were firing from day 1 to day 2. I'm really surprised by that. Like, 0 damage whatsoever. Not the Artillery Division. Lead Breakfast did 21 to infantry. Whiskey Kegs did 27 to infantry. And Thor's Hammer did 15 to infantry. Losses, once again, it's just all overnight attrition for them. All right, we didn't lose any officers. Let's see if we got any of theirs. We wounded Brigadier General Cumming of the 1st Alabama. And that's it. Everybody's separate brigades. 1 division with 1 brigade in it. All right. We'll close out here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. A glorious victory at Richmond. Withers' Corps fleeing in panic, and Withers lost face on that fight. So the Corps commander actually lost face. All right. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call it a glorious victory. This fight was more of a skirmish than anything. The Battle of Richmond's ended with the Withers Corps retreating in panic. The enemy reported suffered total casualties of 1,492 men. There were 222 killed and 261 captured. Our casualties totaled 284 men with 27 killed, 103 missing, and the rest wounded. We've captured 647 rifles from the battlefield and sent 240 soldiers off to our vacation camps. All right, let's start getting that one rolled off. And as soon as it's rolled off, we are going to start marching to Grunt South. Oh, there's the rest of the rebels that we lost sight of. And they have no men in these formations either. Oh, we might be able to get Virginia cleared this month. As long as this fight goes like heavily in our direction and doesn't really drag down the readiness of Meade's Corps. All right, so the Army of the East, this battle is happening on the same day, almost starting at about the same time as the Battle of Richmond. We're going in with 14,560 infantry, 1,383 cavalry, and 25 guns. Against Magruder's 5,658 infantry, 282 cavalry, and 1 gun. Oh my god. I can't believe he's standing to fight us. This might be another one where they go for an overnight withdrawal before we even get engaged, but we'll see what the map looks like. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Culpeper Courthouse. We are on the Manassas map, and the rebels are defending the Sudley Springs region. And on the road along the unfinished railroad. What's the name of that defense point? The Cushing Farm. All right, so basically fighting out Second Manassas, basically, or portion of it. Where are we down here in this corner? We do not have the best road network to get up to these guys at all. Our road network to get to them is horrible. And attacking across here from Sudley Church is just not an option. It is, you got to come across the ford, fight up this hill, come across this ford here. It is not an attack option for us. So we do have to come in from this direction. So the most ludicrous march route possible. Ugh. I'm actually kind of hoping they take an overnight withdrawal because it's going to take me forever to get up to them. Ugh. All right, it's now 0700 of day 2, and as you can see, we did not get very far at all. We had less than an hour of daylight to get our troops moving, and as you can see, I basically got the cavalry and 1 infantry division on the move and nothing else. So it's still going to be a while before we are up and into position. I am going to reshift the entire corps up over here to make our movement shorter. And hopefully have an engagement today. I really did expect them to pull off from us, but they apparently did not. So my plan is for right now is actually send the cavalry up here and around onto this hill and down around the flank here and see what we can spot. But I want to get my infantry out here into the rolling hills outside of the Cushing Farm, along with my artillery, because that's a really good setup point. But if they're defending this railroad cut, that is a hard position to attack. That's the same as entrenchments. But I don't know if the rebels will be set up that well. Actually, I should probably just get the cavalry out into the open field and see where they are. They only got the 1 gun, so artillery fire is not something I'm worried about. Once again, they don't have a lot of troops. How many brigades do they actually have? They do not have a lot of brigades, and they're probably not very strong. Now, Jeff Davis Legion is looking at an average strength of 300, men. McLaw's at 450, Daniel at 450. These are not 100% accurate. Actually, how many men did I lose overnight in attrition? I lost 100 men overnight attrition. That's not bad. They actually lost 20 men. Barton's division is the strongest at 5,200 men. Their strongest brigade being 1,700. Crap, I might be able to pull this off of my cavalry. And Montauk Artillery has 10 men, and it doesn't even say they have a tube. My initial report said they had 1 tube. It doesn't even look like they have any tubes. Crap, I think I just need to get my cavalry and probably the Celtic division into position and just smash them. All right, it's now a little after 0800, and we did spot the rebels. They were actually back here in this little valley along the stream bed and not defending along the railroad as I had anticipated. And I do have the cavalry moving up. I actually moved the artillery first because I expected them there, but they weren't. So the artillery is going to be in position to start hammering away at them here pretty soon. I am using the 8th Infantry Division for the initial attack as they are the strongest. So that's the 1st Poles, the Vicky Rifles, and the Bucktails. They are moving up to the railroad cut now. Actually, I got to start ordering up the rest of the divisions. I don't think I'm going to need them. But we can start moving them up. Let's get you boys dismounted and in loose order along the rail line here. You'll be a tough target for them to dig out if they want to come for you. You're well within range. All these batteries are 20-pounders, so they are well within range of us. Pull, start moving at the double. Same with you, Vickies. Doesn't look like they're going to move up to the railroad cut, but if I can get my men on the railroad cut and rifle range of them and in cover, we are doing that. Those orders are still on the way. It looks like first blood goes to Ross's Raiders against some skirmishers.
Get that dirty rebel.
Actually, that's going to be a lot of wasted ammo. You boys just lay down for now. Looks like artillery's firing at their skirmishers also, but it should knock down those homes, which will open up their sight lines. So I'm not going to say that's a bad thing. The artillery's still moving instead of blocking them. So I think that's the final point I sent that artillery to. Oh, yeah, the artillery's right on the road. That's not good. And they're coming at my cavalry. I need the boys moving. New order should have not taken you off double time. Oh, but I was leaving their flank open to my infantry. That's even better. Flank and rear. Looks like the first poles don't get caught in the fighting. They should be set up to attack rear Cushion Farm. Get up here, Crittenden. I need you closer to your men. None of these guys have sharps, all right. Start advancing, Poles. You can get behind. Cavalry, hate to be you right now, but I need you to just kind of lay there and take and keep them distracted. Boys moving. And a little bit of a road jam there. I ordered both divisions basically at the same time. Oh shit, who's wounded? They are. Alright, Commander of the Big Rifles is wounded. Alright, Bucktails on the move again. Honestly, we couldn't have asked for better position. They just gave us this good positioning. Officer going down wounded this early in the fight. It happens. We got some of the best positioning we could have asked for. This should be another major for us to do this right. Oh yeah. You boys are caught in a circle. And Bucktails advance. Biggies advance. Get right up in their faces. Crap. Man, the whole region's now wounded. A lot of wounded officers right off the bat. Boys, stop advancing. Same with you. Why'd you stop? Right in their faces. That's it, break 'em. Crap, they are mounting casualties against us. We already shifted into a major victory. Doesn't matter how many casualties we throw at us, we can't keep up with this fight. Surprised I haven't gone for a full withdrawal yet to make a victory on our side. I didn't have all these officers wounded. I'd go into the charges. What's Galver, get mounted up. Cavalry's going to get away, doesn't mean their infantry can. Finally, there they go. Let's see if we can do some damage with our cavalry. Get all you guys caught up. Come on, what the hell's going on here? The hell are you guys doing? Get in there. What the hell is Ross's Raiders doing? The clause keeps reforming. That's kind of throwing everything off. Not forcing any surrenders, huh? What the hell is going on with this brigade? The Gloss should have at least surrendered. They don't have the men to not. What the hell are you guys doing? Go! McLaw's brigade should have at least surrendered. This is ridiculous. So our casualties pretty high, especially 2 officers, like, right off the bat. Oh my lord. All right, we lost 807 or 14,553 infantry, 176 for 1,382 cavalry, 0 for 25 guns, total loss of 992 of our 16,304 men. We took out 2,300 of their 5,500 infantry. That's more than half of their infantry force was just wiped. 5 of their 300 cavalry, that's it. Got no guns, even though there was a battery on the field, but they didn't, I guess they didn't even have a tube. So it shows total 2,300 of their 6,000 men, so numbers are a little skewed, it seems like. All right, combat reports. Third Cavalry Division, Ross's Raiders did 266 to infantry, captured 34 for a total of 300. Brandenburg Dragoons did 265 to infantry, captured 155. And 7 artillery for a total of 427. Losses, Ross's Raiders, 27 dead, 60 wounded, 16 missing, total of 103, aggregate strength of 538, 16% casualties. Brandenburg Dragoons, 20 dead, 41 wounded, 12 missing, total 73, aggregate strength 668, 10% casualties. Celtic Division did not fight. 7th Division did not fight. Engineers did not fight. 8th Infantry Division, Vicky Rifles did 582 to infantry. 1st Polish Legion did 208 to infantry. And the Bucktails did 545, plus up to 551. They caught a bunch of command staff there. Losses, Vicky Rifles, 49 dead, 257 wounded, 51 missing, total 357, aggregate strength 1,307, 21% casualties. 1st Polish Legion, 26 dead, 131 wounded, 24 missing, total 181. Aggregate strength 1,517, 11% casualties. Bucktails, 37 dead, 136 wounded, 64 missing, total 237. Aggregate strength 2,066, 10% casualties. 775 casualties total for the division. Oof. 4th Artillery Division. 1st New York Light did 8 to infantry, 3 to artillery for a total of 11. 44th Artillery did 9 to infantry, 3 to cavalry, total 12. Iowa Blacksmiths did 19 to infantry. And they just had some men go missing with the overnight attrition. All right, we did lose 2 officers in the fight. Thayer and Krasnowski were both wounded. Let's see if we got any of their officers. Oh, we got Magruder. Corps commander was wounded. Magruder was wounded. And we wounded Brigadier General Alcorn and Villapou. I could have sworn we've taken Villapou out of the fight already. So we got their corps commander and 2 brigade commanders. Not a bad grab, but those, not really brigades. Those are more regimental. I think Barton's division. These units are so low in strength. I think they're not even a regimental size anymore. Yeah, outside of Whiting's brigade and Anderson's, these 3 brigades are underneath regimental strength. I get close out here and I'll see you all the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at Culpeper Courthouse. Army of Peninsula fleeing in panic. Doesn't look like anybody took the blame for that loss. Battle of Culpeper Courthouse is ended. The Army of Peninsula retreating in panic. The enemy's reported suffered total casualties of 2,288 men. There are 277 killed and 627 captured. Our casualties total 992 men, 159 killed, 208 missing, and the rest are wounded. We captured 1,014 rifles from the field and sent 581 men off to our vacation camps. All right, hopefully that doesn't drag our readiness down too far. Did put us in the orange. Let's see if that changes state control. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That big red blob has just shrunk down quite a bit. So we're going to wait for these fights to roll off. It's going to be 2 days on a roll off. The grunts are down in the orange also, but I should be able to begin moving them against Rolla. And hopefully Meade can finish off the job here in Virginia without any support. How's this siege looking? Even though we way outnumber them, and we're doing more casualties, it doesn't look like it's going in our direction. And how's this siege going? Because I did order the assault, and it should have been done already. Of course, 49 casualties, taking 181. They only had less than 200 men guarding this force, like 150 something, 160 something, judging by these numbers. 1 brigade should have stormed over the walls and taken it. We'll keep that assault up until we hit orange readiness, then we'll turn the assault off and continue with the siege. And have you guys been able to move? They are still stuck. Good God. And we're just about to move into Dallas. At least that's showing the flip over to our control. I was getting a little worried when I didn't see Savannah or Norfolk start to flip into our control once we're in the cities, but I guess the forts were a little too close for that to work properly. So I was getting worried for a second, but it looks like we'll be able to do it. All I think we leave the grunts in place for right now because they're still within the Richmond limits, which means they're going to get their readiness up pretty quick. Because I don't think Meade's readiness is way down. Wasn't very high to begin with, but he did lose a lot of readiness in that fight. Can I successfully move him against the rest of these corps? Nope. His readiness is too low, so he's got to maintain position for now. But they should not be able to slip past him into Washington. Where's the Armed Peninsula retreating to? Probably New Market. Surprised they did not retreat into this grouping over here where they was headed. I really thought the engineers would be done with this siege already because the monitors did a good job on this fort. Even though it did lose one to an explosion, they did do a good job on that fort. I'm going to keep this rolling till the end of the month. Hopefully we'll have Dallas at least flipped by then. I'm surprised they have not tried chasing the Cavalry Corps yet. And right as soon as I stopped recording, we did take Fort Pulaski just outside of Savannah. So we're now flipping Savannah over to our control also. So looks like Dallas and Savannah are both going to be falling to us. Hopefully this episode. Savannah should flip pretty quickly because this is a large enough force to flip it quickly. Dallas probably won't flip that fast. But yeah, as soon as we have Savannah flipped, and he's still yellow readiness, so we can move him, but I do want to get his readiness up because he's going to have slow movement, and his provisions and forage are low right now. But I want to get him moving on Columbia as soon as possible. So that is most helpful to us. All right, it's still April 26th, and we do have another engagement here. It's 1900 now. It's actually one day after the second day of the other two battles, or the third day. Might be a day after. McCown's coming back after us again, and now we can see where they're moving. The Rebs have been moving all their forces to, so he is now on par with us. So we're bringing 18,930 infantry, 2,728 cavalry, 35 guns to McCown's 18,548 infantry, 2,117 cavalry, and 58 guns. Normally would not be worried about this fight, but Dix's troops are nervous because we've been stuck here. We're trying to move out of it. Keeps dragging down readiness, so their troops are nervous. Morale's at 32%. So I am kind of worried about this fight, just a little bit. So they may actually finally force us out of here, which actually I don't think I would mind, because if it actually forced us to retreat across the river, it might get us unstuck. And I'll just have the troops reform in Chattanooga and burn the depot we just built down on the way out. Welcome, my grunts, to the third battle, Loudon Bridge. We are on the Willow Garden map, and we have the defense point of Saddle Hill back here, which I do not like as a defensive area just because of the way the terrain is set up here. I've never really had good experiences fighting defensively in this location. What I am going to do is move up here north of Willow Garden, because the rebels are coming in from up here, which means they're probably all stacked up right there if they're not moved forward on the road. And they have the two approach points. They either come straight down this way, which is the most direct route, or up and around this way, which is the least direct route. So what I'm going to do, and my brigades are not in good shape, or my divisions are not in good shape. Only the 5th Infantry has all 3 brigades in good morale. The other 2 divisions have 2 brigades each that are ready to break, and the cavalry is still good, along with the artillery. So I'm going to send the 5th Infantry and the cavalry to set up on this high ground right here, where my mouse is clicking over. I'm going to send the 1st Infantry Division right here at this choke point next to the stream and the mountain. And I'm going to leave 1 Infantry Division in reserve. Because this is beautiful right here. I mean, we got nice open fields of fire. And it should be coming right at us. So to me, that's beautiful defensive terrain right there. Beautiful. Get the infantry in front of those hills, the artillery up on the heights right behind them. Should be a nice, strong position for the rifles to try and break. All right, it's now a little after 9 a.m., and we do have some rebel cavalry sighted. And it's 1,900 men of Stewart's brigade. Pretty large cavalry brigade. They're already taking fire from Jeremy's Crazy X on command of Doubleday. They're not quite in range of the Irish Creamers or the Ledbreck or Culloden's Revenge quite yet. They're coming into range now. Where the hell is the rest of my infantry? Mass, get up there. Let's go. Why are you guys off the road and marching along the fence? That doesn't make any sense. All right, 6 Royals. Give me some skirmishers. We got to keep them from getting at the artillery that's supposed to have infantry in front of it right now.
Sergeant, any word from the commander? Right shoulder.
There you go. Slow them down, please, boys, if you can. Engineers in place? Yes, they are.
Check your weapons.
I honestly don't think we could have asked for better positioning. This is beautiful land. And you boys are doing the same exact thing, really.
Anytime now, men.
Honestly, I don't think I need this infantry division back here.
Keep up, men. Fall behind. Never mind.
The skirmishers are getting better than they're getting, but not by much. We got there. Zachary's brigade. How many men? 2,300 men. Boggs brigade, 750. hell is going on with this brigade? It's kind of getting a little annoying. Should be more or less online with that brigade. May have to shift double days guns. Alright, skirmishers are pushed in, but that was expected.
Keep calm, boys. Now we'll see the elephant.
What I'm going to do is push you forward of the breastworks while they're being built. So the engineers don't get messed with. Governor's line of sight's going to get messed with bad. Yep. May shift him back here.
Don't aim, just shoot and move. Forward, steady. Take the water
You guys are getting no cover from the woods you're in? Really? Lay down for now.
Don't stop for the wounded. Keep moving.
What the hell are you doing, Mass? This is not the first battle where you've been pissing me off.
Soon enough, we'll see the elephant.
Abner still looks like he's firing, so he might be good for now. There, Atkinson. You guys are coming from multiple directions. Here's some more back here. I can see some dust trails back there. These guys are all over the place. Can I defeat them in detail?
Run, Johnny, run.
Whoa, 1,400 men. There's Bob again. Who else we got? Atkinson, who we already seen. Sam Wood, another 1,000 men. Falling back, stand back up. Oh yeah, look at those bodies drop. You got a little too close to the sun, boys. out. Conserve your ammo. They're definitely going to reform. They got enough men. Already got them up to 700 casualties. That's good news.
Faster, Private, move!
Engineers are working at a pretty good clip. 3-star engineers work nice and fast. Don't see any of their guns yet. They don't want to bring those up either because these guys are all 3-star, well, at least Irish Creamers and Culloden's Revenge, a 3-star count of battery units. Doubleday's not quite there yet with Jeremy's Crazy X, but he's almost there. Giro's already at 60 casualties. That doesn't make sense. We are using power, so not the best at taking out infantry, unless they're just doing that damn good of a job, which I would be surprised about. And they're getting ready. They've been on Charlie fire this whole time, so they're getting ready to break. Give it to them, boys. Are they literally just out of range? All right, don't pursue them. Do not pursue. They have us ranged even when we're on high ground. I'm not crazy about that idea. These units are too far out ahead of their commanders, not receiving orders to stop approaching us, I think is what's going on. All right, stand up, boys. I don't think anything's going to be coming from that direction, but you never know. Been surprised before. Bog's going to make a stand of it, okay.
Never mind the wounded, keep firing!
There they go. There's Brown, 400 men. There's Atchison, still Wood. Still more dust trails back there. They got the same amount of men we do, so Exact same amount. We got plenty more to see. Dust trails back there. They're just kind of all over the map. Who's their commander again? McCown. Not really doing a good job of it. Ooh, that was an accurate shot right there. Look at that. This might just give us a detailed defeat on them. Ready to give it to them, boys. Up at it, boys. That was quick. Okay, I think they only had the 400 men. I'm gonna have them waste shots on the cavalry. Yeah, they lost half their strength in 2 volleys, yep. Now, it looks like it might stay quiet for a few minutes. All right, it's now almost 11:30. We just said kind of the same thing happened to us. Atchison, who's been slow marching for a while, finally made it up to us. About the same position. We're a little further back than where we were as the breastworks here have completed construction. The engineers are actually working across the road now. Getting some shots in themselves. You boys can move up. Gotta lay down some fire. I did bring down the division I had up on the mountainside because I probably gonna have to replace men over here for ammo considerations, like the 6 masses already down to 25 shots per man. Why'd you boys stop moving into position? Gave you an advance order to get into position. Do it. It doesn't look like Corps commander or division commander sent orders out to any of these guys to like stop and consolidate, so they're just coming at us one at a time. These boys got smart and laid down, but it's not going to help them too much. They're well within our range. These guys are running low on ammo. Sickles shift over. You're probably going to replace them. That the European Brigade. I think it's the first time we're seeing them in action. Yeah, they don't even have a star. They were pulled out of the Louisiana defenses a while ago. They should have been down in New Orleans when we got there. Doubles, please, Sickles. And actually, I think we're going to have our boys start advancing against the fence line here because they're stacking up on this road. It's a shooting gallery. We gotta get everybody else a chance at this. Oh yeah, you boys don't like that. Alright, Siamese, go replace the 6 mass. Come on, Sickles, get your men in place. We're missing out on some fun here. And there's New Orleans garrison. Let's go, Sickles. parade ground antics, boys. Let's move. Chucky's at the double, please. You're actually going to be in a really good position. Spices, I want you advancing ahead. Thankfully, somebody pointed out in the text I forgot about, hitting the shift key keeps you from locking into terrain. Just got drawn into hand-to-hand. Did not need that happening. God, I hope this is not a glitch brigade. It's not. Sharps at close range, don't need that. Nope, they're withdrawing. There they go. Too bad I couldn't get the spices or the pennies down here. And Nola Chuckies are just trying to catch up. We took a lot of unnecessary casualties in the Yorkshires, but that's fine. They put out a lot more than they took. We didn't even see their artillery come up. But they literally went in like one brigade at a time against us. There's the retreat. Only 6 minutes on the clock this time. That's it. Gun them down. Still advancing. Should be catching some of these guys in a crossfire. Did you have to lead better? 2 minutes left. Every minute on this clock is 30 seconds, so runs down pretty quick.
Keep moving. Don't stop to reload. Don't aim, just shoot and move.
Get another volley in. Oh, we got a major victory. I did not realize that. 22% casualties against them. Tasty. That's all she wrote. These are some beautiful numbers right here. Lost 501 of our 18,924 infantry, 0 cavalry because they weren't in the fight, 0 guns. Total loss of 501 men of our 22,173. We took down 3,600 or 17,000 infantry, 750 to 1,900 cavalry. So all their cavalry's in that one brigade. We didn't get any of their guns because we didn't see them on the field. I don't even think they started out on the road. I think they were traveling cross country, so they never made it. So a total of 4,400 of their 20,000 men. It's not a bad grab. All right, time for the combat reports. I was hoping to get some more of the men in the fight, but it just didn't happen. Once the collapse came, it came fast, as it usually does. We didn't lose any officers, did we? Not this time around. And I forgot to replace the officers in the other corps before the AI did, so we're gonna leave it as is. All right, engineers did 46 to infantry. Cavalry did not fight. 3rd Infantry, pennies and spices, didn't get any shots in. With 5th Siamese in that short amount of time, did 432 to infantry and 51 to cavalry, total 483. And 0 losses in return. 1st Infantry, 6th Mass did 999 to infantry, 56 to cavalry for total 1,055. 1st Germans didn't get any shots in. 1st Indiana got 37 infantry. Losses, nothing for the 1st or Germans or 1st Indiana. 6th Mass had 4 killed, 24 wounded, 6 go missing with 34. Aggregate strength 1,674, 2% casualties. 5th Infantry Division, Nola Chuckies got 1 volley in for 9 casualties. 6th Royals did 1,123 to infantry, 97 to cavalry. For total 1,220. Yorkshires did 802 to infantry, 501 to cavalry, captured 8 for total 1,311. They didn't really fight until the end, but they did the most casualties on that push to the fence line. That was crazy. Because they just had flanking fire all the way in, and all those troops were massed up right there. It was just point and shoot. There was no aiming on that. Losses, Nola Chuckies, 1 dead, 15 wounded, 4 missing, total of 20. They lost more men than they actually got. Okay. Aggregate strength 1,342, 1% casualties. 6th Royals, 25 dead, 152 wounded, 19 missing, total 196. Aggregate strength 2,289, 8% casualties. Yorkshires, 36 dead, 158 wounded, 30 missing, total 224. Aggregate strength 2,424, 8% casualties. 2nd Artillery Division, Jeremy's Crazy X did 141 to infantry, 23 to cap. Holy crap. Jeremy's Crazy X just laying down the damage. Culloden's Revenge, 20 to infantry, 18 to cavalry, for total 41. The Irish Creamers, 20 to infantry, 9 to cavalry, for total 29. No losses to any of the artillery. All right, let's see if we got any of the rebel commanders. Good thing McCown didn't get wounded. Bad corps commander should stay in charge and help me out. Wow, we got none of their commanders in that action. In that big group of soldiers that we shot down, we didn't get any of those commanders. That's crazy. All right, we'll get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. And glorious victory at Loudon Bridge. McCown's corps fleeing in panic, and poor old Colonel Boggs took the blame for the loss. Well, Loudon Bridge has ended with McCown's corps retreating in panic. The Irons report suffered total casualties of 4,358 men. There are 586 killed and 735 captured. Our casualties total 501 men, with 71 killed, 63 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 2,000 rifles from the field and sent 740 soldiers off to our vacation camps. How many are we holding now? Because I know we emptied it out a few episodes ago. Whoa! Oh, shit, we're about to lose Indianapolis. They finally moved Eckel. Shit, where's Camp Chase? Like Columbus, right? There it is. How many men we got in there right now? Why is it not showing it to me? There we go. 6,400 to 7,500 were able to hold in that prison. I'm not building more prisons. Hopefully we can capture some of the Texas prisons and start sending them down there to go boil on the border. How are we looking at Dallas? What's it play? There's nothing I can do about Indianapolis right now. I am going to have to do something. Did those commanders get replaced? They did. So we lost. Okay, Lou Wallace got put in charge of the Vickies. So he just came back from being wounded. So I'm not upset with that replacement. And John Foster got placed first polls. Where are you from? No, you're from New Hampshire. You need to get replaced with a New Yorker. Any professionals? There we go. Governor Key Warren is going to take command of the first polls. Vicky Rifles are from the Nebraska Territory, so it really doesn't matter who's in command of them, because I don't think I have any Nebraska Territory officers. No, I do not. So Lou Wallace will retain command of that brigade. All right, any movement on this siege? Oh, first Tennessee has arrived. Hmm. 44-56. Not saying who's going to win, who's going to lose. We should win this siege. We got the guns for it. Then again, I should have replaced all the guns in that division by or corps, but I really can't look at it right now. And how's Savannah looking? Slowly flipping over to us. %, flipped. I may have to rush them out of I may have to rush the Army of Ohio back up to Indianapolis. We can get there quick using the rail lines, because we got a solid connection of rail all the way back. So that wouldn't be too hard to pull off. All right, I'm going to keep this episode running till May, so I'll be back. All right, it's now May 1st, so Bloody April is finally over, and after last episode and this episode, I think it's been more bloody for Rebels than it has been for us. So once again, we have basically full control of Virginia at this point outside of Norfolk. I have ordered the Engineer Corps to begin assaulting Fort Norfolk, as they only had the one 40-man unit that was not broken. Hopefully Fremont can do it. I'm not so sure at this point. But in case he can't, I do have so that we don't let off on the pressure, I do have what's left of the frigate squadron ordered on its way down to there. Also, the first cans and blacks are ready to go. Need more days on these replacement troops. So these guys are getting transferred to the Engineer Corps right now. Bring them up to a full division strength. All right, so as we go over the map, so Virginia's basically ours. We just got to get rid of these guys here and take Norfolk, and then that's it for Virginia. We have seized Savannah. Savannah is now under our control. It doesn't show the rail lines in our control, but once I save, reload the game, that'll all change. The Army of Mississippi is still stuck at Kingston. They really should be the Corps going up to handle Indianapolis. We should have had the Appalachia Valley cleared by now. I've been working our way back through these Corps. I've been hanging out in Kentucky and Indiana, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So I am going to order, once we go into the next episode and we get everything reloaded and the rail lines cleared up, the Army of Ohio has a clear shot using the rail lines all the way to Louisville. We have full control of rail lines up to Louisville, so I'm going to have them rail straight back to Louisville and then go retake Indianapolis. Oh, and it looks like we're about to have another Battle of Carrollton to start the next episode. How many? Looks like they're bringing a lot of them. Pierce's Corps, Fry's Corps, 7,000 and 9,500, 8,000, 12,000, 9,500. Now we know where all the rebel troops are still being shifted out west. They really want Carrollton. They keep sending troops to come after Daywood's army to Tennessee. And it hasn't really done them any good. But they want to keep shifting troops out here to make it easier for me in the east. I will take that. The Independent Cavalry Corps is in Dallas. And that is almost flipped to our control. If the Corps was larger, it would be flipped already. I'm not going to raise any brigades to send to it because it would just take forever to get any brigades transferred down to Texas. But I probably should still try to get some more troops transferred. And with only 5,500 men, they do not flip cities fast. So this is going to, even though they're 83%, it's going to take them a few more days. They've been there a week plus already. I think at least a week by now, maybe a little more. I think that covers everything for this episode. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so your next video comes out. Follow along with the series and enjoying it. Don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. And I'll see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.